Hello, vegan hearts. In today's video, I want to talk about a little bit more about yoga. And today, in my morning practice, it just hit me that yoga is all about overcoming my limitations. So after over 5 months, 5 months and 2 weeks, after that time, I feel like that I have very good sense of how far I can go in a pose. And this thing that I regard as a limit is actually not a limitation or a border. This is where the whole thing starts. I go this far, and then my perception of that stop where I cannot go further changes with every day I practice. There's also sort of a circle or a cycle, because I start at a certain point, and as you know, I started with sciatica, and then you reach a new point where you experience that you cannot go further that movement. But after a time of practice, that spot changes again. So you move from one limit to the next, and this process never stops. You move, your body expands, and then you have a new limitation, then you have a new border, which is further than the other one. And when I'm in my practice, I search for the sweet spot. And this is now, since my sciatic pain is gone, and I practice since over 5 months, I don't get crampings or tingling or pain or any sort of these things easily. So now I search the sweet spot, and the sweet spot is where I go into the movement or the pose as far as I can go, and where the supposed limit stops me, and then I feel like there is some sort of gray area where I can start playing with this limitation or with this stop or with this border, and I start playing with it. So I start one thing that I do is I start moving. I start swimming back and forth, or I start swinging in circular motions. That depends on the pose. For example, when I am in let's say plank, for example. Okay, that's not a good example because I was talking about stretching. Let's say half Hanuman asana. When I'm in that, which is a half split, I move my hips, I circle my hips, or I swing my upper body up and down. And that enhances the stretch, and that I call it active, or it's an active stretch in combination with a long hold. And for example, in back bends or in cobra pose, I swing back and forth with my upper body, or I swing from one side to the other, or I make like circular motions. And I found was very helpful, and I feel that is the advantage when you do it every day. You feel what really helps. So active stretching, for example, in back bend, just the regular back bend when you stand upright, is swinging back and forth. So I go as deep as I can in the back bend, and then I swing back and forth. I go deep, 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 and then I come back up, back up, back up. And I feel that really deepens my, and I do that for, I don't know, I'm a little bit obsessed now. I do this for, I don't know, very long. As I said, this is how I started my yoga practice, because I come from sciatica. Was suffering from 1.5 years of very bad sciatic pain, and I was just focusing on Surya Namaskar poses. And then I discovered that it's very beneficial for me to just stay in the poses for as long as I can. And now, yeah, I started playing with it, and I started moving actively in the poses. These passive stretches we just hold are not as passive as you think. They're a little bit less active than the active holds that I do, but still there is a lot of movement. You can play with a passive stretch too, and that's how I do. Is like when I tighten my muscles and I just let them loose. Tighten my muscles, just let them loose, and I can send my breath in the area. That also, so I alternate between, like, I found that I do like 2 days more like passive stretch, and then 2 days more of active stretching. And this is like a little bit like, yeah, I get bored quickly, so I love a little bit to alternate. And in what I wanted to say about the pain is, yeah, is gone. And I don't know if you can imagine that I was suffering from very bad sciatic pain, and I know that this pain came because my system, my muscles, my psoas got so tight, and because I was like training wrong. And I'm actually, now when I walk up and down the stairs, or when I walk the ways that I remembered when I was suffering, and where I was like, didn't know how I would get home because the pain was so bad, I smile all the time. I'm so happy that I'm pain free. And can you imagine when you walk down the stairs and you're totally happy of something that is so, I don't know, normal. And yeah, the normal things, like daily things you take for granted, become special. I don't know. I'm just happy. And I can't believe that I can say I practice yoga for 5 months and 14 days. It's impossible. I cannot even believe that it's me, but it is. I'm doing it. I get up every morning at 3:30, sometimes at 4 o'clock, but at 3:30 my alarm gets off and I get out of bed. I drink my water, 1 liter of water, then I care a little bit for my cat, and then I do my practice, and I love it. I crave it now. And yeah, my pain is gone, but I still, now I want to know how far I can go. So I know, okay, I can, or I did cure or help my body cure my sciatica. And now I want to know, what else can I do? What else? Where can I go? I don't want to accept those stops and I just start playing with them. As I said before, I'm curious now. And there's this stop feeling, and then it starts opening up, and then I enter this gray zone. And then I want to know, okay, how far can I go? How far can I go? How far can I go? What else is my body capable of? And it gets at that point, it gets like really fun. And yeah, my big dream is I want to have a strong body and a very high flexible body, so I can dance better. Um, Although I'm not, yeah, I love to dance. Like, I love to dance to music and express myself to it. And when my body was never that strong. I'm always dreaming of being able to do acrobatic dance moves, and that is my big dream. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm going to finish off this video with a request, and I ask you please go vegan. Veganize it. Your mind, your heart, your life. Bye.